Welcome, Alice.
Hello.
So, our brand new, very first kind of ambassador for Champions Gym. I'm personally like a big fan of yours. So, backstory of how I met Alice before we get into your story is your very first fight was against one of our girls, Victoria, at the time. And I believe it was at 67 kilos, Bunbury. So everyone did the road trip down there.
I'm in Bunbury.
I know, and I was a corner person, corner girl, whatever that is. And I just loved your energy. Like, you both just had a great fight and it was super close. I was like, we could have lost that. We could have won, I'm not sure. And I just remember you smiling from like bell to bell for the whole 3 rounds. And then I obviously followed your journey.
I fought in a couple of your shows.
Yeah. And I was like, I just love your energy. And then obviously this came about. So I just want to like chat with you about like who's Alice, like what you're all about. I know you've had a bit of a journey back into training post baby. Yeah. So Alice, how did you even get into Muay Thai?
Oh my God. So I moved over from England when I was 17, just about turning 18. And then I put on so much weight. I was just really struggling with my mental health.
Yeah.
So then I started at Country Muay Thai with Brian, and I was there for 5 years.
Yeah.
And so with Brian, I started at 90 kilos, I think. Yeah, I probably weighed about 90 kilos. I know, hectic. Because when I moved over, I was only like 60 kilos. I was super tiny, but then living in Bullsbrook is quite a far way out of the city, and you couldn't drive. I didn't have my citizenship. I couldn't work. I didn't have many friends. And so I was actually speaking to a hairdresser in Bullsbrook, and I was like, where can I go and work out? And they were like, the only place I know is Country Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So then the next day I jumped in my car. I was like, okay, going.
And have you ever done Muay Thai or boxing or anything like that?
Never.
Yeah.
I actually sat at home watching WWE. Eating Tim Tams, watching WWE, like this is gonna be me one day.
Yeah.
And now I am. Like I was a fighter.
So was it like, okay, you did your first session.
Yeah.
Was it like, I'm gonna fight, like straight away?
Straight away. I fell in love with it. There was a lot of days where I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. Like walking around the gym, there was a lot of people that were there purely for fighting, and they were like obviously really athletic, fit, confident, and I was like, I'm not any of this. Like, how am I gonna do this? But over time I became that person, but I wanted to be that person that like when the next me walked in the gym, I would be the person to go and help them and build them up and build their confidence and tell them that it's okay. Like I have been this person. I've been the person that walked into the gym that was unfit, that didn't love themselves, that really had no friends, had no nothing. And I'm gonna help you.
So like obviously 90 kilos, like that's a big decision and a pretty scary environment. What even was it just a click? Did you force yourself?
It was just a click. I've never fitted in anywhere. Like at school, I really struggled. At my workplace, I really struggled. At college, which is TAFE, college is TAFE in England. So I really struggled to fit in somewhere. And then as soon as I found Muay Thai, I was like, this is my place.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Thailand for the first time, that set in stone, like their beliefs, their religion, their lifestyle. I was like, this is it for me.
Yeah. Awesome. So I know that you haven't had a fight for a while, but what was your like fight record? What did you kind of achieve?
I had 14 fights. I had 9 wins, 5 losses.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 3 of them were against your girls. Thank you. But my first fight, first fight was obviously against Victoria, and that was amazing. And then I think second or third fight in, I actually went straight in for a state title, I think. And
you won that.
I won it, and I gave her 7 stitches. And I was like, not that was my aim or anything like that, but it was really quite like, oh wow, like I can actually do this. Like, not that I want to go in and hurt someone, but I guess you don't want to go in the ring and be like, oh, I just left a bruise. Like,
yeah, for me, I definitely saw Alice. Every fight, your confidence would slowly increase. and you obviously continued to lose weight. So your first fight was at 67, and where did you go to from there?
My lowest that I fought was 57, I think with Nicole Callender. And I think I fought at 57 with Vic as well, possibly.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously dropping weight at my last fight camp was actually the easiest. I gave myself a 7-week meal plan.
Yeah.
And so I dropped 7 kilos over 7 weeks, really nice and safely. And then the last week, I think you drop like 3 kilos in water weight and sauna and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was a shame that was my last fight because I felt like I was really getting into it, but then things fell apart with training and my gym and stuff like that. So
as it does, life is just like a big journey. So now that you've had your bub, tell us about coming back, your first kind of week. What's the gym been like?
Oh my God. So Daisy is 3.5 months old.
Yep.
And I obviously, I messaged you guys after you put out the brand ambassador and I was like, oh, I haven't had a reply, like, what's gonna happen? And then you messaged me and you were like, we accept you. And I was like, oh my God, this is too good to be true. Like, are you serious? Like, I'm gonna be a champions girl. Because I always looked up to champions, like the aesthetics of you guys and like how amazing your fight shows were. Yeah. You just always wanted to fight for you, train under you guys.
Yeah.
So walking into the gym, I think I met you and Ricky.
Yes.
Oh, it was such a welcoming feel just coming into the gym and looking around and seeing everybody, like they are so sweet. Yeah. We bowed in and Ricky was asking questions. I forgot what his question was, but Diana asked us a question like, what's our favorite baby animal?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, what a good question to start the session with. Yeah. And everybody just got to know each other, like just knowing each other's baby animal. Oh. Is that how welcoming is that?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the session, we bowed out and we got asked what our goals were. Like, and after that, you got to know like everybody just that little bit more. Like, I instantly felt part of the community already. Aww. It was so sweet. Yeah. And I love your training style. Like Ricky and Diana.
Yeah, Dina. Yeah.
Dina.
Yep.
Dina was just so amazing. Like, so clear on what they wanted from us in the session. Yeah. So encouraging and like also. It wasn't like strict, you have to do jab, cross, elbow. It was like, no, add some freestyle in there and super helpful.
And how have you felt mentally, like coming back to training?
Man, it brought up a lot of anxieties, to be honest. Yeah. It really did. I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. Like everybody's so fit. Like, what do I look like?
Like before your first session?
After my first session, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know whether I can do this. And then I was like, no, I need to go back for another session. Yeah. And then after that, I think you slowly find your way back in. Like, for me, I'm quite an anxious person. I've got a lot of like worries about everything. Yeah. And I remember when I was doing Muay Thai, like I couldn't worry about those worries because I was too busy focusing on Muay Thai and being good, like being better in my head and being confident.
I think, like anxiety is such a common thing that no one talks about, especially like with women and mums. Like for me, the mental load of being a mum is like the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, like I've got this constant list of shit to do and it's never ending. And it's definitely increased since I've become a mum, and you can see where they just put themselves last. Like their exercise and health is just like the last thing on their list. And obviously mum guilt. But like, I suppose, what would you recommend for mums that don't want to put themselves first, or even just like women? I think that dealing with that anxiety, like the world is a weird place right now.
The world is, try something new. Yeah. Just try something new. If you keep going and doing every day the same routine, the same thing, feeling the same way, you're going to continue to feel that same way. Yeah. So if you just try and get over the ropes and try something new, you never know, your whole life will change. Because I know it did for me. When I was that 90 kilo girl, like I tried something new and my whole life changed.
I can't believe that you're 90 kilos.
I can't believe I'm 90 kilos.
Do you have photos?
Yes, I have lots of photos. Did you want? I'll send them to you. I was like, oh, I can't send her send Whitney these photos. Like, Jesus. No, I'll send them to you.
So, baby girl, what is the message you want to send to her as someone that's in the gym, being active, doing Muay Thai, which is pretty masculine?
Yeah, I want to... She is main reason why I got back into doing Muay Thai and back into the gym. I bring her to every session. Thank God for you guys. Bring her to every session because I want to show her like mental health is a priority.
Yeah.
Looking after yourself is a priority and confidence is a priority. You see mum getting stronger every day. You see mum learning. You see mum pushing out of her anxieties, going out of her comfort zone to love herself. Like self-esteem is pretty much non-existent in this society at the moment, and especially for women, it's definitely something that should be addressed. Yeah,
I love being transparent with that stuff. Like, you know, just had my comeback fight and people are like, I can't believe you did that. And I was like, I want you guys to know that every day I was nervous. Like every day I tried to talk myself out of it. You know, that 5 week, I was like, how am I going to make weight? How am I going to get in there? Like, what if something happens? Like, I'm a mum, I shouldn't be doing this. But like, just letting people know that like we all have these same fears and like fear is normal.
Yeah.
And then if that helps like someone else, you know, take that first step, like I'm stoked to be that person.
You're there to support them and show them through it. That's amazing. I watched a snippet of your fight. I literally had goosebumps. I was so impressed. I was like, oh my God, Björn's probably like looking up like, my mum. Mum, and how you did your journey as well. Like you took him with you.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. Yeah.
You're insane and such a strong mum. But like I want to set a good example for mums out there because I have postnatal depression and I still think I'm struggling with it now. Like,
but again, like be transparent about that because like that's something that I definitely had my battles with, like identities being challenged. You know, I think everything changes, like your relationships change.
My God, everything changes. Like it wasn't, I love Daisy so much. My depression wasn't towards her, it was towards my partner. Like everything he did, I just hated. Like he was like, I'm just gonna cook now. And I'm like, what? Why? Why are you cooking? And he's like, well, because we've got to eat. And I'm like, well, you should have thought about that earlier.
Oh my God, yeah.
I know, and I felt so sorry for him. And like now I'm still picking up the pieces. Like, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that.
But those like breastfeeding hormones are buggers, hey? Like I was like, they make you crazy.
They make you crazy, and then you've got to express milk. Like you just sit there like a cow, and something's on your. Nobody tells you something's going to be on your boob every 2 to 3 hours. Nobody says that.
So transitioning back to training, what's your kind of game plan? Like, are you going to start small, slowly build? What's the...
Okay, so I'm doing 3 sessions a week now, and I'm trying to fit in some yoga on the side. Like, I just YouTube it online.
Oh, that's great. Yep.
So good, because my body is sore.
Yeah.
But I'm like, back into my old mental game of like, no excuses. Because if I just give myself that day off, like, one, I really enjoy coming. Like, why would I give myself a day off if I enjoy coming?
Yeah.
And 2, I've got the rest of the day and rest of my life to repair my body.
Yeah.
So my game plan is to train 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Maybe throw myself in the ring. I'm definitely going to do girls fight back, and then just go from there. I want to cut weight again because I'm probably 77 kilos now. Yeah. So obviously, if I want to fight, thank you. If I want to fight, I want to get back. I want to fight around 60 to 65.
Yeah.
Get my nutrition back on the road.
Yeah. That's exciting. I'm really proud of you for taking this first step.
Yeah. I'm really lucky that we've got mentors like you and Kaylee to show us like, hey, like after you have a baby, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like you can still go to the gym, you can still be a fighter, you can still train, and like Dina, she is such a badass coach.
Oh man, she's incredible. Yeah.
I know. She kicked me the other day, and I was. Jesus, she's so little. My forearms, they hurt.
Yeah, I think she's dropped like say 7 kilos since coming back too.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, she's super lean right now.
Yes, she was talking about her nutrition and how she's got on top of it and how she eats more than what she did previously.
Yes.
And now she's got so much more energy. She's cutting weight so much more easier.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, like you think, oh, when I was fighting, like eating less is the best, I'm going to lose more, but then when you actually start fueling your body the right way, you're sleeping better, you're not like hangry all the time, and you're like, hell yeah, I look like a MILF. And then, yeah, you don't have to eat just like one wheat bix and a salad.
And a broccoli stick and hummus.
And then like sniff some grapes. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, welcome to the big family, the big CG family. I'm so excited for your journey, and I know that we're going to like touch base again and like give people updates. So no excuses now, you're locked in.
I'm locked in? Okay, I can handle this. It's amazing. It's amazing to be a part of you guys and like the community. And I followed you guys on Facebook since day one, and just see what you do for the women around Highgate and Muay, and now Joondalup.
Yeah, we're here, baby.
You're here. Yeah, so I can't wait to be part of the community and a part of all your events.
Yes.
Guys, you do so many events.
I know. Yeah, you should do the hit out, but we'll talk about that later.
I'm hoping to come down to it at least because I want to see Celine fight. So, Dina was talking about maybe fighting on not domination. Is it domination?
Yeah, I think she's going to try for like September, October.
Yeah, so hopefully come down to that as well.
Yeah, and then Emma,
Emma, oh yeah. Emma, when is she fighting?
So it's just the matches. So after COVID, we lost, a lot of the gyms lost like all their momentum. So getting girls at that grassroots level has been like a bit of a challenge. But now that the shows are starting, we're seeing more names on the list for matches for girls. And just like, kind of like the draw. Well, yeah, you know what it's like.
Yeah, it'd be really good to get more girls into the gym.
Yeah, so I think Girls Fight Back will like boost that up more. Yeah.
That sounds
Awesome. I think we're done.